I think as women, we all are familiar with those relationships that start with a rosy courtship and then gradually fade off. But what about those courtships that end up in a marriage? And then that marriage slowly and gradually starts fading off. What about that? I really don't know. Love, love is so important for all of us, especially the women. We could pay any price to protect our love. And I did that too. I got married at a very young age. I just cleared my graduation, and within 6 months, I got married. You know, that typical Punjabi mentality. Oh, graduate ho gayi ladki, jaldi shaadi karo, shaadi karo, shaadi karo. So, okay. Anyways, I was having an affair since 8 years. So, so it was time. And initially, I gave up my plans of doing my master's degree in science. And okay, I was planning to do a business. No, you cannot, okay? Because I went to Jabalpur after getting married. That was my choice, so no one has to be blamed for that. Then later on, I gave up my music. I'm a graduate in music, vocal music. And I used to sing before marriage professionally. But I had to give up because in Jabalpur, there couldn't be a musical career for women at that time. So I had to give up that. Then this was this struggling of having children and IVF and this and that, every possible things, and then 4 miscarriages. I actually gave up on the whole thing. And I even came to the extent that this is my 7th anniversary and I'm going to give divorce to my husband. So that at least he can move on and have children from someone else, because his father and his family were all desperate. Ki nahi, bachcha to hona chahiye, bachcha to hona chahiye. Said, okay. But on that same day, I got this good news ki, okay, my baby is arriving. So yeah, I mean, that same day we did the pregnancy test. It turned out to be positive, and I was very careful about the whole thing. And then came my son, my beautiful son, my handsome son. Then again, there was a series of ye chhod de, wo chhod de, you cannot do this, you have to take care of your children. I did it willingly. I had no problems in doing that. But suddenly there was this year when my husband lost a lot of relatives, one after the other, one after the other. And my father-in-law, being unwell, kept on sending my husband to every place that you have to go for the chautha, you have to go for this, you have to, because they were all very close relatives. And tab tak meri beti bhi ho chuki thi. So both my children were very small, and because of this kind of absence in his clinic, he's a doctor, he's a pathologist. This kind of absence in his clinic all the time, it started affecting us financially very badly. And the crisis had really risen. And I started feeling very guilty, you know, कि मैं कर क्या रही हूँ? I mean, I'm capable enough of earning, I'm capable enough of bringing up my children, I'm capable enough of sharing the load with my husband. But there were these restrictions at that time. कि नहीं, आप जबलपुर में या तो आप टीचर बन सकते हो, या आप एक डॉक्टर बन सकते हो, या फिर आप, you know, those very few professions. So, not wanting, but आप क्या करोगे? आप 2 बच्चों की माँ हो, and you don't have money. I mean, the source of money, the source of income was only my husband's money that was coming from his practice, which was almost nil. So I had to take this step of coming back to Bombay, and nobody was willing. Nobody wanted me to do that, because it was like, you know, अरे अपनी family छोड़ के कैसे जा सकती है तू, and कैसे बच्चों को पालेगी, ऐसा करेगी वैसा. I said, okay, it's okay, never mind. I have my parents. And we have a house, we have plenty of everything in Bombay. I will, I will manage something or the other. Although I'm just a science graduate, and that too in zoology. So there wasn't much the world could offer to me because of my qualifications. But uh, my good close friends, they said, "Ki get into this line, become an actress. You have the looks, you have the confidence, you are even a singer." I said, "Okay, I'll try. I've never done it before. I'll try." And I took up those 1 day, 2 days roles, doctor ban gaye and auntie ban ke aa gaye, mere bete ki shadi karwa do, and all. I started with Balaji Telefilms, Kusum. And then I did multiple shows with multiple production houses, and it went on. I used to earn enough कि मैं अपनी बेटी का ख्याल रख सकूं, उसको किसी चीज़ की कमी ना होने दूं, because my son had gone back to Jabalpur to stay with his father. He didn't want to be over here. He was around 5 years old at that time, so he said, नहीं, मैं पापा के साथ जाऊंगा. And he went back. So luckily, my parents, though my mother was very scared, because obviously our neighbors, our close relatives, they only had lewd remarks to pass. कि अरे ये तो अपने पति को छोड़ के आ गई यहाँ पर, शी इज़ इनकेपेबल ऑफ फुलफिलिंग हर ड्यूटीज एज अ वाइफ एंड as a daughter-in-law, all that crap. So my mother also got scared. But I told her, I promised her. I said, "Mummy, just wait. Let me get those 3 P's: paisa, power, position. Let me get those 3. And then I promise you, these very relatives and these very friends will introduce me, they'll specially take me to their people and say, oh, ये हमारी रिश्तेदार है मीनू, ये हमारी friend है मीनू, ये हमारी रिश्तेदार Meenakshi Sethi, or whatever. They themselves will do it and they'll feel proud of me. You just have to have some patience. And by God's grace, I proved it to her. I proved it to her because after doing those kind of roles for some time, I got this break in a Star Plus show called Dekho Magar Pyar Se. It was a negative role, but my work was appreciated a lot. And then during that show only, I got a show in DD. And while I was doing this DD show, I got the landmark show of my career, which was Teen Bauraniya in ZTV. That was something that did magic to my life and my career. And I got this movie, got Aloo Chaat, which was again a beautiful film. Both these things did really well, and by God's grace, after that, I never had to look behind. Life was not so easy. I mean, there are challenges as a single mother. There are a few things which usually only a father is capable of doing, and it was really difficult for me to take on those things like disciplining your child and putting some kind of restrictions which are necessary at that age, at that small age, because they are learning. I couldn't do that, and during her teenage, she did become difficult for me. It took a toll on me at that time. But I don't know, what should I say? I should say luckily, or I should say sadly. She matured. She matured quite fast. Typically, like a single parent's children do. So it was okay. But I missed my husband at every stage, every day. More than that, I missed my son. Because he didn't want to be over here. And then suddenly he decided, okay, now I've completed my 10th, I'll go to Bombay now. Because he always was keen that I want to go away either to the US or to the UK for further studies. So he decided and he came back. He came to Bombay and he started staying with us. I was the happiest person on this earth. Finally, he's left for the UK this year. And I'm so happy. But I really thank God and my parents. I miss my parents. I really miss my parents because they at that age they said नहीं हम कोई बाई नहीं रखेंगे हम पालेंगे उसको and they brought up my daughter so beautifully. She's a dancer, both Indian classical as well as Western. She is learning under Ashley Lobo. She's already learned. She's 19 now, and she's teaching dance. Yeah, she's teaching dance. And my son is doing psychology and music in London. I don't think it's been bad. I think I'm quite satisfied when they take their positive steps in life. I really feel okay, not bad. And my husband, when my husband appreciates it, that is something out of this world. When he says, Meenu, your name spells success, that means a lot to me. That really means a lot to me and all my relatives and my friends who crave to have, some time with me, click pictures with me. I'm quite happy, I'm quite satisfied. I don't have any regrets that I took that step for my children, and my children also appreciate it. That is the best part for me. That mama ne hamare liye sab kuch kiya. Because yes, I did it with the help of my parents and by God's grace. I never took any help from my in-laws. I never took any help from my husband. No, I did not. I did it on my own. I'm very happy. And I got this beautiful, prestigious stage. Thank you. Thank you so much.